Good morning. How are you this morning? Good. Yeah, me too. I think it's going to be spring. You know, there's daffodils and tulips blooming in my yard. I'm very excited about that. I put some bulbs in last fall, and they actually came up, and they're actually blooming. It's a miracle. Soon it will be our flower communion, and we can start bringing our flower. We can start figuring out how we're going to bring flowers in. But that's the third Sunday in June. Anyway, good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Church of Edmonton. My name is Rev Morrison, and it is my pleasure and honor to serve this congregation, and my pronouns are she and her. And I, along with the Pastoral Care Team, are bringing you this service this morning. So there's 4 members on the Pastoral Care Team. I am one of them, and we will each be talking to you this morning, and I promises to be a wonderful service. So welcome, and I'm glad you're here on this beautiful Sunday morning on a long weekend. Good for you. You're here. Yay. As Unitarian Universalists, we are bound together not by a common set of beliefs, but by our promise to support one another in our individual searches for truth and meaning, guided by our principles and drawing on many sources. We hope that you feel welcome here. Whether you believe or do not believe, whomever you love, however your understanding of family is, or whatever your age, race, or ability, you are welcome here. We invite you to join us on a journey of free thought, spiritual questing, and justice making for as long as you are comfortable doing so with us. We extend a special welcome to our visitors this morning. Please join us for coffee and cookies. I think there's some one-bite brownies afterwards, not just cookies. So that's worth staying for, isn't it? We begin our gathering this morning acknowledging that we are in Treaty 6 territory. We respect the histories, languages, and cultures of First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all First Nations, First Peoples of Canada, whose presence continues to enrich our vibrant community. We have lots of things that go on besides this Sunday morning service that we do. We have a newsletter, and it's online if you want to have it, check it out. You can join our Facebook groups. We have 2 or 3, I think, and other sources to keep you in abreast of what's going on in our extended community. We have a couple of announcements. I've got 2, and then Declan has 1. So the announcement that I would like to make, the first one, is that we've had an unprecedented beginning of 2025. We've had 7 of our members die, 4 of whom in 1 week, within 1 week. So I think we need to have a sandwich together after church. I've brought in sandwiches, and thank you, Lynn and John, for picking them up. And our hospitality team, Clinton and Maria, have helped prepare some food, help to prepare getting the food out and all that kind of stuff. And so we'll be gathering after church, and we've done this a few times lately. I didn't think we'd have to keep doing this. And so, but I think we need to be together. And I will arrange something, if people that are visiting or with us online, if you would like me to do something with you as well, I can do that, but not next week. I could the week after. But if you would like to have a gathering online as well, I'd be happy to facilitate that with you. So after the service, there'll be some food brought out. We'll get some food, some drink. We'll gather in a circle, and we will be together. I'll light a chalice, and we'll be together and share stories. And sometimes it's good even if we are just sitting together. And I think it's quite appropriate for right after a pastoral care team service that we offer each other pastoral care. The second thing is that Sylvia has brought to my attention that she would like us to sign a petition, and she's got all set up in the vestibule, lobby, foyer, whatever you want to call it, after church, and she will be there for you to add your signature to this worthy cause, and it's around coal mining in the Rocky Mountains that threatens our headwaters and the beauty of this province. Declan.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Declan Kiley, and I have an announcement that is hopefully a little lighter for you. Who here, show of hands, likes movies? I love movies. And who here likes cats? Who here? Your cat? No. Who here likes free events? That's wonderful, because I have a free event for you. We are going to be showing the movie Flow, which is a very imaginative movie, animated movie about a cat going on a big adventure. So that will be here at the church on May 30th, 2025 at 6 p.m. I implore you to bring your own snacks and drinks, and we will have a discussion about the movie afterwards relating to like the Soul Matters theme of the month. So please, I would love to see you all come down for a movie about a cat. All right.
Thank you. Now let us prepare our hearts and minds for a special time together this morning. Just let go for a moment. Let yourselves relax into your chair. Please quiet yourselves, your phones, your devices, and we will create a space in this hour to be together. In the spirit of life and love we gather, and so please enjoy the Prelude offered by our beloved Gordon Ritchie. Thank you, Gordon. And before I ask Carol, the chair of our Pastoral Care Committee, to come up and light the chalice, I realize that I have been negligent in letting you know about Christine Mowett's service, which will be on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, the day after tomorrow at 10:45 here in the sanctuary. You are invited, the family invites you to be here to support them and to remember Christine. Oh, we didn't talk about this, did we, Carol? You can do it. I'm sure you can. Carol is the chair of the Pastoral Care Committee, as I mentioned, and she is also on the Right Relations team and does a whole bunch of stuff around here. And I am incredibly grateful to her as she chairs our team and shepherds us to becoming wonderful pastoral care people to one another. And I read these words as she lights the chalice by Brigitte Bechtold. We light our chalice, imagining what lies in the liminal space between the flame and its circle, what dwells in the interstitial space between the cracks in our lives' pavements and the threads of our day's fabrics? What meanings are hidden between the words that we know and those that we have yet to conceptualize? What compassion flutters between you and me and all of us, between the known and the mystery? And we color it all with love. Thank you. We Laugh, We Cry, number 354, is one of those hymns that kind of talks about all of the things in our lives that happen to us. We live, we die, people are born, and people leave us. So that seemed like a very appropriate hymn to begin our service with. Hymn 354, We Laugh, We Cry. Please rise in body or in spirit as you are able. So just like last week, we're going to try something different for the collection. So who's going to be taking the collection? Okay, so wait until to start, and start at the front until I invite you to. Okay? So what's happening is that I'm going to do all the words, and then Maureen and Allison are going to take the collection. And after it passes your row, you are then free to get up and light a candle of joy and concern. Okay, so the two are kind of going to go together. Okay, questions? Okay, so wait until, don't start until after I've finished doing all the talking, and then I'll cue you. Okay? So, there we go. All right, clear as mud. One of the purposes of this church community is to encourage all who gather here to grow more generous in spirit and action. In addition to supporting this community, we also make a monthly commitment to the wider community. 1/2 of the unidentified cash that is received is given to an outside organization. We take this offering to exercise an all-important generosity of spirit, an offering that will support this self-supporting church and its many ministries. For the month of May, we are supporting, yes, youth empowerment and support services. Youth Support Center is a 24/7 single point of access to immediate and low barrier physical, mental, cultural, and emotional health. And it supports a safe place to stay for youth aged 15 to 21 who are experiencing crisis in the Edmonton metro area. Such an important contribution to our community. I can't imagine where these kids would be without this organization. So they also host a bunch of stuff, and physical mental health clinics and youth supporting resources to ensure youth 15 to 24 get the help they need when they need it. They say their focus is building strong collaborations with our youth agency collaboration partners to leverage what each of us does best, to create more effective processes, outcomes, and opportunities for youth. And I would say that could be said for us too, right? We support one another and make partnerships to create processes, outcomes, and opportunities for ourselves and for our community. And if you wish to have a tax receipt, you could use the envelopes in the back. Make sure you put your name. They're on the little table right behind Maureen. Okay, so I invite the offering to be taken. Thank you. I'll ask Carol to light one last candle for all the joys and sorrows, all the cares and concerns that remain. As I said at the beginning, it's been an unprecedented time. And so as we light candles, I'd like to name those that we have recently lost. Star Curry, Maurice Bergeron, Christine Mowat. It's been so many, my mind has actually gone blank. This is horrible. Remind me, people. Dorothy Keeler, Beth Jenkins, Barbara Forbes, Donna Martin, who wasn't a member but was a lot of folks knew her. And Marjorie Staples. Jean Zwicky, that's the one. Thank you. Yes, I'm sorry. And David Hagel has died this year as well. An unprecedented spring and losing so many of our beloveds. So let's just take a moment, bring them to mind, and perhaps think about a time you spent with one of them. Bring them into the room. Let's remember them. And our life is also full of joy, isn't it? We can smile through the tears. We work through the grief. We have one another to help us when times are tough. That is what being part of a church community does for us, isn't it? My girlfriend Meredith and I used to say, we don't know what we'd do if you don't have a church family in these times. What do people do? We come together and we support one another. So be there for one another, beloveds. Be there for one another. And we will be there together. Thank you. I've been asked to start out. So we're each doing a reflection, the four of us. And first I would like to, perhaps this pastoral care team could stand up and face the cameras and the folks. So there are four of us on the pastoral care team. Gloria Krenbrenk, Carol Hutchings, and Alec Moorji. And let me tell you, this is a great team. Thank you. I'm very happy to be doing this service with them. I'm mostly wishing to highlight them, and they will each be doing a reflection. And they've asked me to give you a bit of background on the team. First of all, most congregations have a pastoral care team. The minister or the assistant minister can't do it all. There's lots of you, only one of me. And so, I would love to be able to attend to each of your needs, each and every one of your needs, each and every time. But I can't do that. I wouldn't have time to do anything else. And it wouldn't be appropriate, would it? Because we are there for one another. People wouldn't be getting the care they need because of what I just said. There's just so many of you. And only one of me. Doing pastoral care, though, is one of the things that I love most about my job, because I love sitting with you and being with you, hearing about your struggles and triumphs, celebrating with you, and helping you when you need me to. It is a pleasure and an honor to be with you, to walk with you on your journeys. Gloria will be talking about her part on this team. She has been looking after many of your needs for a long time, and it is wonderful that the work that she has been doing has come under the umbrella of the Pastoral Care Team. I think she appreciates the support and collaboration. She kind of went, yeah. When I first arrived here, no, I don't think people understood that they could actually come to me for pastoral care. So I didn't need a team because I wasn't that busy with pastoral care. But it took some time, of course, because trust takes time to build, doesn't it? When things got busy, though, that isn't the most, because it's not the most important reason that we have a pastoral care team, because things did get busy. It's what we do for one another. Pastoral care is what we do together and for one another. It happens on your walks, on your Friday walking group, over a cup of tea, between friends. It happens during coffee hour, before and after church. It is important that there is a strong circle of support for all of us as we navigate this sometimes difficult and often surprising thing we call life. We need each other. You need each other. No one can be all things to all people. Care and comfort is what we do for each other. The team has not only been created to support the congregation, but also to support the office of the minister. The minister needs others to check in on people, to be eyes and ears on the ground, because a lot happens that I never see or hear about. We need a team to gather all that information and then share it with one another. And in those team meetings, we brainstorm what we can do and divide up the work. Honestly, I think you have one of the best pastoral care teams that I've ever experienced. So, little logistics here. If you need pastoral care, you can come to one of us. Or you can go to our website, uce.ca. There is a button there, and you push it, and you can fill in a form, and it will go to all four of us. And then we can have a conversation about how best to support you. So you put your name and your email and your phone number, and just a little brief description of what you might need. That has been on the website for quite some time, but things go on the website and, well, it's hard to notice them, right? They become wallpaper. You can also just pick up the phone and phone the office and talk to one of us. And that's my reflection for today. And I would now like to turn things over to Gloria Krenbrenk, who is going to lead you in the time for all ages.
So I'm Gloria Krenbrenk, and I have a collar song. And I'm going to teach you. So a collar song is meant to be both aspirational and inspirational. So we wrote this song shortly after I retired, and it really highlights how I want to spend the remaining productive years of my life, however many I should be so lucky to have. So I'll sing, this is the first half. It's short. I'll sing it for you, and then you can sing it with me. I won't make you stand up. I make a difference every day. I'm healthy, strong, and free, caring for this world I love with friends and family. Okay, now you. I make a difference every day. I'm healthy, strong, and free, caring for this world I love with friends and family. Once more. I make a difference every day. I'm healthy, strong, and free, caring for this world I love with friends and family. Well, you're doing pretty good. I think we can move on to the next half. Oh, and by the way, did you see that Viking woman on the last slide?
Yeah.
As a full-blooded Icelander, descended from Vikings, I love it.
Just saying.
Okay. Now this is the next half. Every day I use my voice, my heart, my energy. I live a life of purpose, true to who I am and all that I can be. Lovely. So let's try that part. Every day I use my voice, my heart, my energy. I live a life of purpose, true to who I am and all that I can be. Once more. Every day I use my voice, my heart, my energy. I live a life of purpose, true to who I am and all that I can be. Well, I hope this song resonates with some of you too. And now we're going to sing the whole thing from start to finish. Oh, I love that Viking woman. Here we go. I make a difference every day. I'm healthy, strong, and free. Caring for this world I love with friends and family. Every day I use my voice, my heart, my energy. I live a life of purpose, true to who I am and all that I can be. That was great, and if you would like to take on my power song for yourself, you're welcome to it.
I'd like to offer you a reading that was chosen by members of the team. Love After Love by Derek Walcott. It's a poem and it's just an absolutely lovely poem. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own front door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, "Sit here. Eat." You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, the stranger who has loved you. And this stranger has loved you all your life, whom you've ignored for another who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit. Feast on your life. We move into a second hymn, Building Bridges. Isn't that what it's all about? Making these connections between one another. We build bridges between our divisions. Will you reach out to me? I will reach out to you. Please rise in body or in spirit and sing Building Bridges 3 times. Are we brave enough to do it as a round, Gordon? Yes. Is that like too much? Are you brave enough to do this as a round, folks? Yes? Did I hear a yes? More than one yes? I do love them. All right. All right. We'll sing it once through together, and then this side will start.
Friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
Gloria Krenbrenk is going to deliver her service leader reflection.
So I'm Gloria, and I am the dispatcher for the Caring Connections Project, which is, as Reverend Rosemary said, has now come under the umbrella of the Pastoral Care Team. So the Caring Connections Project was put together by the board during COVID with a view to helping our fellow Unitarians with practical things. So here's what we do. We send cards in the mail for special occasions or just thinking of you. Jennifer Hinchcliffe is our card person. So if you know of someone who should have a card, contact Jennifer or me or the Pastoral Care Team and we will get on that for you. Now here's how you can participate by being a connector, which is what I call our helping people. You can sign up to be a transporter, to give occasional rides to church or to appointments. You can be a nourisher. You can provide a meal or a soup for someone who maybe broke their arm and is laid up at home. You can visit as a friend with someone who may not be able to get out much. These are just fun visits. The high needs visits are looked after by other persons on the Pastoral Care Team. You can be a handy person or provide advice for someone who can't do some little things for themselves, like simple repairs or something gardening or something with your car. A person with mobility issues might need somebody to change a light bulb for them. Now, you may be reluctant to sign up as a connector because you may think, oh my goodness, I've already got enough on my plate. It's going to take up too much time. In fact, we get very few requests. So when a request comes in, I send out an email to those who have signed up under that category. And that goes out blind carbon copy, so nobody else knows what you've signed up for unless you tell them. And if you can help, you answer me. If not, you don't have to do anything. Then I connect a volunteer with the person who asked for the help. We try to keep things confidential. So if you do help someone, don't run out and tell all your friends unless that person gives permission. And any volunteering through Caring Connections is done at your own expense, and we don't want you to get hurt by lifting heavy objects or anything like that. So I would really love to have more people sign up as connectors. If you think you can help with anything like that, talk to me, phone me, email me, or use the pastoral care request on the website. Now, of course, Caring Connections is here to help all of us whenever we need it. So if you break your leg and you need a meal or a visit, contact your Caring Connections dispatcher. That's me, or use the pastoral request form on the website. And of course, if you know of someone who should have some help, let us know. I'll contact them and see if we can help them, if they would appreciate that. I find a lot of us see ourselves as helpers, but we forget to ask for help when it's our turn. So remember, your UCE friends are here for you.
One of the members of our team brought this video for your enjoyment. It's by the Judds, and we're all sitting there going, what's the name of this song again? So you'll find out. Oh, there it is. Love Can Build a Bridge. There we go.
I love that video. My name's Carol. I go by the pronouns she and her. I graduated as a social worker 50 years ago. 50 years. Whew. I had always wanted to help people, and that seemed like a perfect way to do it. As it turned out, I didn't really like the formal counseling role, but what I really liked was supporting other people in a variety of ways, or helping people to help each other through community work or volunteering. Those prescribed methods of helping that I learned 50 years ago didn't make a whole lot of sense to me then, and really don't now either. What I learned after university was that everyone has their own way of doing things. You can help a person come to their own solutions, but the solutions have to be theirs, things that fit with a person's experiences, their resources at hand, and where they are in life. Sometimes the solutions were much more simple than I would have thought, and sometimes they were a whole lot more complicated. My grandson, who is only one, has his own way of doing things. Sometimes they are strange and not the most effective or efficient ways of doing things, but they're his ways, and he's happy with them. When he eats, some of his food goes into him, some for the dogs, some just smeared on his clothes. I try to suggest more efficient ways of doing things, but he will have none of it. Enough about my grandson. So today we're talking about the Pastoral Care Team. What I appreciate about the team is it puts into practice what I have learned and experienced about how to best help people. There are only 4 of us, one of whom is Reverend Rosemary, who has a couple other things to do as well, and Alec, who works full-time, and Gloria and I, who have pretty busy lives. So we do what we can. We don't have a whole roster of people doing pastoral care, although we would really like to have that. That would be amazing. Pastoral care is really just caring and supporting one another, and it's sometimes that as Unitarians, we know how to do that. Sometimes the best thing you can do for another person is just to listen to what they're going through. I recently read a book about the experience of a member of the Truth and Reconciliation Committee. She was one of 3 whose role was to listen or to bear witness to the experiences of those who went through residential schools. There was little she could do about what they experienced as children, but what she could do was listen. In her case, she also recorded and helped to develop a number of recommendations for the future. But sometimes just non-judgmental listening can be all that a person needs, and that's something that we can all do. Parker Palmer wrote about a friend who suffered deep depression. Some of those who loved him told him to just pull up his socks and get on with it. But a special friend came and sat quietly with him, said nothing, and just rubbed his feet. He attributes his healing to those quiet moments of human caring and touch. Of course, that wouldn't work for everyone. Of course, sometimes the person has a problem that simply needs a solution, and Gloria is great at coming up with out-of-the-box solutions. And sometimes the solutions are way beyond the capacity of our small group, and we refer to others who can do it better than we can. The kind of helping that I like best is when it's mutual, when the person helping is also the person being helped. And that happens a lot when you're doing something for someone else. It's often the giver who gains the most. Sometimes people give to each other or pay it forward, and then there's a give and take. In fact, one of the things I would really like to see in this church is a telephone tree. There have been people in the congregation who have died alone. These were people who were loved, but you don't always call the people you love on a daily basis. And what if, on a daily basis, those who lived alone called others, or who just were interested, called others who live alone to check in, and what if those calls were a part of a chain? So I call you, and you call another. It wouldn't take long, and it could be a safety measure as well as a very real sense of mutual support. You give, you get. If you're interested in being a part of that, let me know or one of our team know. So what is pastoral care? It's a visit, a simple telephone call, an occasional meal, or just a smile. It's just a part of helping each other. In our circle after church the other day, Lynn Turvey mentioned the bumper sticker on Susan Rattan's car. It says, "Love is our doctrine, service is our prayer." I love that a lot.
I'd like to invite you into a brief time of meditation, after which we will sing 1053, How Could Anyone? The words will come onto the screen. So I invite you to take a couple of deep breaths. And if you want to, put your feet flat on the floor. One of the things I like to do in a time like this is just to do a quick body scan. Where am I holding tension? Is there any pain? Do I need to rub my temples or my jaw? Am I holding stress? We hold a lot of stress in our jaws and in our shoulders and in our hips. Do you need to wiggle around? And for just a moment, just a minute, let it all go. Allow yourself to sink into your own being, your own essence. Allowing all the cares of the world leave you. And just focus in on your breath. And after a moment of silence, Gordon will bring us in with How Could Anyone? I'd like to invite Alec Moorji up to deliver his reflection.
Good morning. My name is Alec Moorji. I use he, him pronouns. I'm a registered nurse with a background in reproductive health and a member of UCE's Pastoral Care Team. I've spent over 15 years walking alongside individuals and families through some of life's most vulnerable moments, including birth, loss, and everything in between. Our theme this month is imagination. When we hear that word, we often picture creativity, stories, dreams, or art. But in the context of care, imagination is what allows us to sit beside someone in their pain. even when we haven't experienced it ourselves. It helps us say, I don't fully understand what you're going through, but I can try to imagine it, and I'm here. As a nurse, I've come to believe that some of the most powerful moments of care have nothing to do with medication or clinical advice. I've witnessed how imagination, paired with presence, can become a bridge between isolation and connection. And one moment in particular has stayed with me. One night on the postpartum unit I used to work on, just after 10:30 p.m. as I was wrapping up my shift, I went to check in on a new parent who had delivered only hours earlier. Everything was medically fine, but emotionally they were unraveling. They sat on the edge of the bed, tears quietly falling, their baby asleep nearby. When I asked if they were okay, they whispered, "I don't know what I'm doing, I'm so scared." In that moment, I could have offered reassurance, but instead I imagined, what might it feel like to be sleep deprived, overwhelmed, flooded with hormones and fear, and still expected to hold it all together? So I sat with them. No fixing, no rushing, just presence. That to me was pastoral care. Imagination has also guided me in more complex and tender moments. I've supported families after pregnancy loss. In those moments, there are no easy words, but I can imagine the depth of that grief and meet it with gentleness. A warm blanket, a listening ear, a shared silence. It's a different kind of care, but one that says, you're not alone. Pastoral care isn't just something ministers do, it's community care. It belongs to all of us. It lives in every thoughtful message, every quiet hospital visit, every meal dropped off without asking, every moment when we choose to stay with someone in their joy or grief or uncertainty. It's how we show up for each other, not because we have all the answers, but because we believe that no one should have to carry their struggles alone. At UCE, our pastoral care team is here to hold space for exactly these kinds of moments. Whether it's a phone call during a hard week, a hospital visit, support after a loss, or simply someone to sit with you when you don't have the words, we are here. You don't have to go through things alone, and you don't have to be in crisis to reach out. Sometimes just being witnessed, heard, or gently held in community is enough to begin healing. So if you are carrying something heavy, or if you know someone who is, please know that we are ready to walk alongside you with presence, care, and compassion. This is the heart of community care, and this is how we imagine a more connected, more loving world. Thank you.
I'd like to extend my gratitude to my 3 teammates for their beautiful words and collaboration in putting this service together. Kind of like you guys to give them a round of applause if you don't mind. And So grateful for them. Aren't they fabulous? Yes. Yes. And to conclude our service this morning, yes, it is morning, okay. To conclude our service, when our heart is in a holy place, what could be a better and more fitting ending to a beautiful service? Please rise in body or in spirit. Thank you. I'd like to ask Carol to come up and extinguish our flame. When I first heard this blessing by John O'Donoghue, I was moved to tears, and it felt like the right extinguishing words to use today. The Nacht by John O'Donoghue. On the day when the weight deadens on your shoulders and you stumble, may the clay dance to balance you. And when your eyes freeze behind the gray window and the ghost of loss gets into you, may a flock of colors, indigo, red, green, and azure blue, come to awaken in you a meadow of delight. When the canvas frays in the canoe of thought and a stain of ocean blackens beneath you, may there come across the waters a path of yellow moonlight to bring you safely home. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. May the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life. And the words for benediction, they just have to be read again. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. May the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so, may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life. Go in peace, gentle people. Go in peace. And let us sing our linking song, Carry the Flame. Words are on the screen.